Hey guys, this is Sumner Healey from landinvestor.co, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make $1 million in your land investing business. This video is backed by popular demand. We did a similar video showing you guys how to make 6 figures profit in your land investing business. We're going to do the same thing and break down the math behind how to make $1 million by flipping dirt. Now, one thing that I want to just kind of comment here and preface is these are numbers for both my business and the students' businesses within our Land Investing Accelerator program. This is real-time data. This is accurate as of November 2023. And so what you're going to see here, this is not data that was true 5 years ago when you could send 400 letters and get a deal. This is accurate here and now. So let's dive into it. So what we're going to assume here is about a $12,000 gross margin. That's the property purchase price minus what you actually sell the property for, including title fees on both ends. We're going to assume a $12,000 gross margin. Just like in the last video, for a lot of our students, it's probably closer to like $14,000, $15,000. For us, it's somewhere around $12,500 per deal. I know plenty of folks in this business that are way higher than that. They might be closer to like 18 or 20. We're on the low end in our business just because we do such a hybrid kind of high volume approach, big deals and small deals. We're addicted to the small deals, still can't get away from them. Although we're definitely gravitating, bigger, and starting to do some subdivisions. But for now, $12,000, that's a pretty realistic gross margin or gross spread for most folks that are getting involved in this business. So that's what we're going to assume here. We're also going to assume that you're doing this with not your own money. You haven't, got wizened up and started raising debt or anything like that yet. You're just going to have folks that are JVing, bringing the money to the deal and actually going on title and doing the deal with you. We're going to say an 80-20 split. That's pretty standard for the people that are within our program. Now, truth be told, this is super expensive capital, and you should get away from this as soon as possible. And if you're making anywhere close to $1 million in your land flipping business and you're still having people JVing your deals, you're spending too much money on the cost of capital, and you should really be looking towards debt. But we're going to assume that for whatever reason you're still doing that. 80-20 split, that's pretty darn typical. So at the end of the day, when you go and sell that property, there's $12,000 of gross spread in between. You pay out your money person, you're left with $9,600 of kind of like take home gross profit on the deal before any operational costs or anything along those lines. So to get to the $1 million mark, we need to do 104 deals at $9,600 and spread to us. So 104 deals. This is actually pretty darn realistic. You're looking at less than 10 deals per month. The way we've broken down this math is assuming that you're going to break it down over a year and breaking down the numbers on a monthly basis. If you're getting involved in this business and you've got limited capital, it's unlikely that you're going to be able just to pour a ton of money into marketing. So most likely what you're going to do is, spend $5,000, $10,000 on your first month on marketing, do some deals, let those deals sell, get some money, kind of rinse and repeat, do it over and over again. And that way you're utilizing the cash flow within the business to kind of pay for the business expenses, opposed to having to pull outside capital. It just depends on how much money you're really starting with. But we're going to say 104 deals. That's actually super duper realistic. In terms of the actual acquisition spend here, it's shockingly low, right? And so what you're going to need is about 1,500 letters per deal. For us, we're a little bit lower than that in our business, but we stack some other marketing channels on top of one another to get there. So 1,500 letters per deal if you're just sending out direct mail. Now, of course, this is going to vary from market to market or price point to price point. There's a lot that goes into that, but we're saying in the collective average, right? Let's say at the end of the year you do 200,000 mailers. You break it down, you'll see pretty consistently you're probably going to be falling in that 1,500 letter range per deal that you actually go and close. It's not a signed contract, but that's a deal that you get a signed contract, then you say, yes, this checks all of our boxes, this meets our acquisition requirements, then you send it off to title and you close the deal. So all in all, we're looking at 1,500 letters per deal. So it's going to come out to 156,250 letters that we need to send to generate 104 deals in this example. Now that's obviously a ton of mail, right? But if we break that down monthly, it's only 13,020 letters that we need to send every single month. And for just about anyone, even if you're working a full-time job, that's pretty darn attainable. To get that much mail out monthly is super doable. What we've seen is once you start getting closer to like that 20,000 letter per month range, it becomes a lot more difficult to do that if you've got outside obligations. But 13,000 letters, just about any person can get that out in a month. Now, as mentioned before, we've brokered some great deals with DataTree and our mail house over at Rocket Print and Mail. So for data and our mailing, which is going to be a 2-page offer letter, we're at really 56 cents. We're saying 57 cents here just to kind of round up and buffer. So that means per month we need to spend $7,421 roughly in marketing spend to get those 13,000 letters out. Now again, that's really scalable, right? Like most people that are getting started that have been doing this business for a few years, or they have a reserves that they can tap into, you could afford to pour $7,000 a month into your marketing. You know, if you're going to go spend 70 grand a month, it might be a different story. 7 grand for most folks is super scalable. The other thing is that this is an expense that can get ran through a 0% interest credit card. A lot of times those credit cards, you don't have to pay them back for 12 months or 16 months. I'm not saying be reckless with debt, but there's ways to get that funded so it doesn't actually affect your cash flow immediately. And so annually, we're looking at about $89,000 in marketing spend to have a business that spits out about $1 million in gross profit, which is pretty extraordinary. If you look at a lot of you know, online channels like Facebook ads or Bing ads or Google pay-per-click, a lot of people are ecstatic if they get a 2x, 3x, 4x return on their marketing spend. And here we're looking at over a 10x return on our direct mail spend. And this is one of the reasons that this business is so scalable, is because the return that you get, the ROAS that you get on your marketing spend is unparalleled. And really what we look at in our business, it's less so, hey, this is the return on investment for the property. It's more so, this is the return on ad spend from our actual marketing dollars. Here's how much we got on the back end. That matters a whole heck of a lot more to us. Now, one thing that you'll see in this video that's a little bit different about the other video is there's some caveats here, right? If you're doing 104 deals in your business, you're going to need a lot more infrastructure to support that much volume. The more deals you do, the more friction it adds to your business, the more moving parts there are. And I've ran a business where we did over 220 deals in a year. I know what it feels like to be maxed out and just have so much stuff flying around. And now we're on the other side where we're about half that annually, and it's so much more peaceful and tranquil. And really what I would advise is, if you are shooting for that $1 million mark or that 2 million, whatever the number is, I would advise looking into maybe going a slightly lower volume, higher ticket, especially if you don't have a ton of time to allot to this business. Managing a team to have even the ability to do 104 deals is going to be difficult, because it's out of the question that you will be able to do 104 deals on your own. You'll need a team, you'll need real infrastructure, and for most folks, if they don't have a full 40, 50, 60 hours to dedicate per week to this business, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to manage a business at that volume. What would be preferable is you send more mail and you do less deals, you do deals with higher spread, and I would say it's going to be more realistic. Now, one of the caveats there is that you are going to be leaving money on the table, right? Your ROAS is going to go down because there's only so many big deals out there, right? A lot of times when we do a marketing campaign, at this point, we'll do some big deals, we'll do some small deals. We'll really take anything that allows us to exercise capital and turn the money over quickly, because we've got capital that we need to deploy in our business. But if you're not in that position and you can be a little more choosy, sure, you're not going to be optimizing your business to the max capacity in terms of what you could be getting from a return on ad spend or return on marketing spend, but you'll have a lot better of a lifestyle business, a business that's a little more tranquilo, it's a little more relaxing, and it's lower friction, right? And so that is just a word to the wise. Having done both the high volume, the low volume stuff, I would advise, if you are shooting to build out a plan to get to 7 figures, and you don't have a ton of time to allot to this, or maybe it's just a lifestyle decision, and you just say, I would rather spend my time doing other things, I would be mindful of that. Now, me on the other hand, I think I have some kind of weird brain ailment where I just want to work and I love building things, and I'm just a builder. And so for me, I could care less about the work-life balance side of things. I want to maximize this because it's my thing. It's something that I'm really passionate about. And so I like friction. I like building a team. I like being in the trenches. But if you are looking for something that's a little more of a lifestyle business, it may be worth looking at doing a lower volume approach. Again, it's not going to be optimized or the max efficiency for what you could generate from your marketing spend, but it is something that may make more sense for your lifestyle. And so that's why we have not broken down the actual operational costs. In this example, we're just going to be breaking down the numbers behind the marketing spend and the acquisition cost. You're going to need to kind of get your business to that point. The operational stuff could look a whole lot different just depending on how you want to structure your business. I would anticipate, just from the example here, if you are hiring overseas, you're most likely going to have like an operational cost between $150,000, maybe $200,000. That's like a super high number annually to have like a team in place and the systems and whatnot to run a business like that. If you're going to go lower volume, your actual operational cost could be way lower than that, and that's just a decision that you need to make. Do you want to spend more on marketing, not maximize your marketing dollars to the highest level, but have lower operational drag, have less of a team involved, less payroll, less of any of the mental bandwidth that's needed for running a team? That's something that you may want to look into. Truth be told, I admire those people that make the decision to stay small instead of trying to grow to the moon and optimize and maximize everything. Sometimes I wish I had that mindset, although I do not. So this video was incredibly rambly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully there's a snippet of value in here for you guys. One thing to note while we're here on the topic, December 1st, our Land Investing Accelerator program is being redesigned. We're stacking a one-on-one coaching offer on top of it, and the price is going up. And so if you've been thinking about getting involved, now's the time to do it while prices are still at $2,500 for the program, which is honestly, every single person that's gone through the program has said, Sumner, that is absurd, the price that you are offering. But I want to build social proof. I want to get as many people in the program while we're still early and still young before prices go up. But we've kind of hit that tipping point currently. All folks that sign up will get lifetime access to the program, to our weekly calls, to a Slack group. It does not matter that the prices are changing down the road. You will always be grandfathered in and have access to everything that we do within the future. So if that's something you're interested in, click the links down below. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.